my goal is to give pleasure first.
And I was like, another 5-minute fucking voicemail that I got to sit while I'm on the toilet.
Like, white times white is fucking super white.
He could be Cristiano Ronaldo or something, a beautiful man with a penis.
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Like, should I spread it out? Should I put the palms in there?
So it's me with a vagina and some boobies.
Oh, so good when you touch it.
Yeah.
50 is the new 30. 50 is the new 30. 50 is the new 30 now. Right?
Hey, buddy. It's good to see you.
Hey, good to see you too.
It's good to hear your voice.
It's good to see your face.
What are we talking about today?
I thought we were going to have a guest. So I was thinking, you know what? It's all coming from your side today. That's what I thought.
I can still provide a lot, but no, I didn't do any testing to get that lined up, but I do have, a couple of people that I would love to have on the show who are also willing to come on the show, but they're not famous people. Should I give that away? Or should we pretend that they're famous people, and then people are like, oh, I'm so out of touch, I don't know this famous person. Should we just play it off like they're famous? Or should I be like
that at the cafe we were at earlier and just
even like somebody I know, like, okay, this is my niece, right? But should I be like, just act like you're a famous chick? Like, be like, oh, my name's whatever. What do you do? I'm a tattoo artist. I don't know, whatever. Like,
awesome.
And be like, I'm a famous, but we just pretend that they're a famous tattoo artist. Like,
yeah.
Reality is like, they're just somebody we actually know.
These last 2 weeks, I've actually made an effort. Every time I'm like, oh, motherfucker, this, that, whatever, I'm like, rainbows, puppy dogs, sugar plums. I've been trying to do it. And it is funny.
But did you use them as outbursts instead of saying fuck, motherfucker?
No, it was more like I did it, and then I was like, "Oh, I should have said rainbows."
You're never gonna get that. You got to say it out loud.
What's a sugar plum?
I don't know. That's some kind of. I feel like it's some kind of Christmas cookie. Yeah. What is a sugar plum?
I don't think it's a cookie. No, but it's like, is it a plum that they put more sugar on or in, or sugar plums?
It's like some kind of,
and it's always dessert. A sugar plum fairy. You know what I mean? I don't know if I've ever heard of just sugar plum without the fairy part. Or
like wassail, right? There are things that were some raging Christmas party 200 years ago with all these weird. Everybody was so drunk they had all these words nobody fucking knows today.
Yeah.
What party was that? That party had to be amazing. Wassail, wassail, and it's all these sugar plums, ain't all kinds of shit you ain't never heard of today.
Fairies.
Right? But we still sing about it. We sing about it. We don't even know what the fuck they are.
Yeah, they were ragers.
What's a turtle dove?
Well, no, yeah, you know what?
What's a fucking turtle dove?
I smelled my wife's using some sort of new face lotion or whatever, and it smells good. And I'm like, ooh, what is that smell, right? And
what's
she goes,
that smell?
It's frankincense. No, frankincense.
Well, that's an old school. Do you know that is okay? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, but I've never heard anybody in my entire life just say frankincense. It's always frankincense and myrrh. I've always heard those two together all my life. Frankincense and myrrh.
They were two things, but they were coveted. Myrrh? These things were like, you could barter frankincense or myrrh for money. They were worth a lot. They were used in religious practices and services. And I don't know if it was I don't know what the hell frankincense actually is, but whatever it comes from was
it's a tree.
Hard to find, very coveted thing, right? My understanding with incense burning in churches and stuff back in the day was people really didn't bathe, couldn't bathe, didn't have water, right? It wasn't as common. So the smell when you amassed all these people at mass, you kind of needed to cover it up with something that not only covered it, but I don't know, made the whole thing work, right? And frankincense seemed to be one of those things that made the whole
myrrh.
Thing. I guess frankincense and myrrh. I don't know enough. Okay, sugar plum, according to AI, Here's a latest report from AI just coming in over the wire. Sugar plum can refer to either a type of candy, a specific plum variety, or a character in the Nutcracker ballet, with the candy being the most common and historically relevant meaning. Candy. In the past, sugar plums were a type of candy, often a hard, round sweet made from dried fruit, nuts, and spices.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know, back in the day, people were just nuts for cutting up trees and getting sweet oils out of them so they could
mask the stench of their sweaty balls. Their 5-day-old
stench of your own humanity.
Yeah.
So you could get together for religious celebrations.
Makes sense. We could go real quickly to some topics like you were talking about the nesting thing. And I was like, another 5-minute fucking voicemail that I got to sit while I'm on the toilet.
I don't, because I can't do that. I can't.
Why?
If you actually fucking listened, you would know why. I can't bring it in because it's going to cause an argument with me and my wife.
Oh, so you were doing a little private cast. I see.
I told you in the message I can't bring this to the cast, and I don't know why the fuck you're bringing it up here. You fucking.
I was telling you to save it. Save your
I
spirit.
know, but if you actually listened to it, you would know it cannot be used here.
Do you know how distracting it is when I know you're on the toilet recording that? I was literally going, it sounds like he's in the bathroom. So I'm not listening to what you're saying because I'm like, this totally sounds like he's in the bathroom. And is he holding his phone with his left hand? And he's going to wipe with his right hand.
Do you not get some of your best ideas in the shower?
The shower, yes. While I'm touching
which
and
is in the
massaging
bathroom.
my head.
It's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm
saying
because you get to slow down. Life, the pace of life shifts. So what if I'm taking a shit? Would it be better if I was cleaning my scalp? I'm getting great ideas for us.
I was distracted.
But I knew that one couldn't fly because it's going to take us into. I got enough arguments with my wife. I can't do it.
Okay. From the cast? Arguments from the cast?
No, but she hasn't seen the last couple episodes.
Oh, so okay.
But she and I get into enough arguments that I don't need to introduce what I was discussing there.
Okay.
I don't even need any of this. I don't need to have what were you talking about? What was the thing that you sent to him privately?
Nesting.
That you can't talk about on the. Please don't do this to me. I can't. This would be really bad. It would be really bad. Can I just say though? I'll give you a little something here.
Yeah.
We're episode 14.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the subscriber count. Should we do any housekeeping?
Housekeeping. Yeah, I looked at it before I started, and now it's 2,424.
Whoa.
24. Yeah. 24. Okay. Housekeeping 2424.
Housekeeping 2424.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what? Almost 2,500 subscribers. Again.
Oh my gosh.
That can feel a little, I don't know how big of a little nightclub or it's a big nightclub actually. 25, I don't even know what it would be. Amphitheater.
It's a fair amount of people.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. That's 2,500 asses. Josh. Asses in the seats.
And hearts, minds.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yes. Yeah, sure. Well, 14 is a multiple of 7. 7 is considered good luck in many countries, right? So maybe this is our good luck episode, but it's interesting though, right? Could be bad luck. Could be bad luck. Like in China, like Mandarin China, 14 is bad luck. Because 7, it's a multiple of 7. 7 is also considered an unlucky number in parts of China. But I wanted to discuss luck a little bit with you. Do you believe that there is such a thing as good luck?
That just happens randomly? Like it floats around and it hits somebody?
I don't mean that everybody someday wow, I found $1 on the pavement. Things are just going to happen. Is that luck? Is that good? But people who have good luck in life versus bad luck in life. do we not all know that person that drives their car around like a complete maniac, speeding, like never follows the speed limit, like, and they never get a ticket? Is that a good luck person? Like, do they just have good luck?
No.
Right? Or like, why? What? But then like I do the slightest thing and I get a ticket. Like, is that because I have bad luck?
No.
So how does that asshole get away with never getting a ticket and being a complete dick all the time?
Yeah,
driving like a maniac.
It's a matter of time, and then he'll hit a streak, right? And so it's no different than when you're playing blackjack. You're not going to lose every single hand you play. Sometimes you're going to go, you're going to win 2, 3, 4 hands in a row. Is that a lucky streak or is that just inevitable, right? It's inevitable. Everybody's going to have that because it's just math. It's just random chaos math. And so, of course, we talked about this before where you create your own luck, right? And someone can say, oh shit, I met my wife, in this random way and it was meant to be, right? I went to the grocery store and I was looking at some blueberries and I accidentally dropped the bag of blueberries and they went spilling out and rolling down the aisle and this lady came over and helped me pick them up and oh shit, and she was beautiful and I talked to her and then oh yeah, she became my wife and how lucky and how random and then the universe put you guys together and if you wouldn't have dropped that bag of blueberries, you wouldn't have talked to her, you wouldn't have met her, you wouldn't have blah 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 all that shit, right? But
I don't know.
So you can say,
I've got a story like that with how I met my wife.
But it doesn't mean you wouldn't have 2 minutes later met somebody else right behind her in some other wacky, random, lucky way. And my point is, if you just sat at home playing video games and you didn't say, you know what, I'm going to make a smoothie today and I need to go get some fresh blueberries from my smoothie, and you left the house, right? You make your own luck. You get out, you are part of the world and society. You're not just sitting around somewhere doing nothing. You create your own opportunities. Things will happen. And it's a mindset, right? It's all a mindset. People are like, oh, I'm unlucky. Why does nothing good ever happen for me? And it's like, oh, give me a fucking break, right? Those people, it's like, it's all a mindset and how you look at things. Because
okay, so do you believe in the law of attraction?
Of course.
You study the law of attraction. You know what I mean when I say that? Well, just for anybody, like it's a philosophy suggesting that positive thoughts and emotions,
yes,
like attract positive outcomes.
Yeah,
right?
I mean
like,
that's
so
a fact,
you
though.
Put and like negative thoughts, negative emotions attract negative stuff.
Thoughts,
right, like so.
I don't know
the law of
thoughts.
attraction. Like if you're positive, you're gonna have more good things happen. If you're negative, you're gonna have more bad things happen.
Yeah, it's the somebody's at a 2 in a room by themselves, and somebody comes in at a 10. They're gonna bring that person up to a 6, right? That's that whole thing. I don't think just thinking positive thoughts or writing positive words on a cup that you drink out of is gonna, you know what I mean? That they try to say all that stuff about like, look at this. This person drew good positive words on a cup and froze the water, and then looked at that under a microscope and look how beautiful all of the drops of water were. And then they wrote negative words on a different thing and froze that and look at it at a microscope and it's all nasty looking and disjointed and blah blah bullshit. Oh, that's bullshit.
Crystals.
But you put yourself in enough positive situations, or you give yourself an advantage or a little bit of an edge over your whole entire life, things will eventually work out more than they don't work out. But you have to have the foresight to be able to set yourself into those situations or set yourself up. You did this when you bought your land. You bought a couple of extra lots of land for a different reason. Right? You were like, I don't want someone to build a house next to me. I want to be a fucking hermit somewhere out here in the middle of fucking boonies with a goddamn septic tank and goddamn water tanks. But then look.
Correct.
You set yourself up later on.
I mean, I set myself up, but I didn't do any of that thinking this is going to appreciate so much. It's going to be worth whatever.
Right?
I had a certain drive. Now, the fact that I had a drive to live more remotely and I didn't want neighbors, up my backside over here. That is just luck that I'm that type of personality. And I happened to move here where there was land that I went and got Like,
You're proving my point.
I didn't move here because I thought I can also buy that land. And then the fact that it appreciated the way that it did, it was luck.
Okay, I'm not saying that you were a chess master and knew 12 moves ahead how it was going to work. I'm not saying that. But you put yourself in a situation where good things could happen from it. And if you want to call that luck, so be it. But you set yourself into a situation that a lot of people wouldn't have done. They would have said, I'm just going to buy this house, not buy the extra lots around me, and not been in a situation which you're in right now where you're like, hey, you know what? I'm glad I did that because look what's happened from it. But you put yourself in it. What if I had
done that and the time, what it took to buy those lots, it was a lot of financial strain. Mm-hmm. We didn't take vacations. We didn't do things, right? Like, because there wasn't money floating around to do stuff.
More to my point.
It costs something to do that. Now, what if my wife was like, hey, you've made my life so boring because you've got a boner about buying fucking stupid empty lots next to our house that nobody cares about. I grew up in a high density subdivision where people are watching you in your backyard. Like, this doesn't matter, dude. And what if she was so that she left me, right?
What if an asteroid came and landed in that lot? And you can say what if all day long.
What kind of luck would I have had then? I would have just been a nut who wanted to do what I wanted to do, even though my wife didn't want to do it. And then it would have cost me something bad. Like, so is it that it worked out well for me because I was a more positive guy back then?
No.
And now things don't work out as well because I'm a more negative guy?
You said it yourself.
Like, that would be the law of attraction.
It didn't come easy. There was financial strain and hardship. You had to sacrifice.
It was a lot of hard work.
You put
why did my wife come along for the ride, you know? Like, I could have...
My point is...
I wouldn't have been better off if I got divorced. I would have lost half of it or more anyway, right? Like, what is the...
You put yourself in that situation and you worked for it and you worked at it and you had the discipline. That's usually a lot of it too, is discipline. You did that. A lot of people don't have that fortitude or that drive or that discipline to say, you know what, fuck it. We're not going to be able to take vacations for a little while and we're going to maybe have a little less fun. But this is all going to be for something later on. And you set yourself up and it's not luck, dude. It's not luck. You can say you were lucky, but you set yourself up to be in that lucky position. However you want to look at it.
But I had some luck that preceded all of that I even bought a house that happened to have 4 lots next to it. Mm-hmm. They weren't for sale at the time, but yeah, I did some work to persuade people to sell it to me because nothing was for sale. But there was still some luck there that like, it's weird luck too, that like the people that own 3 of the lots were going to build houses, but then the market tanked. And so they were suddenly like, I got lots that nobody fucking wants to buy. Oh, you want to buy them? Because I'm not building houses right now. I need capital to go keep the houses that I already decided I was going to build for people going.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot
there definitely is luck.
Yes.
And people, your odds at luck improve like the harder you work, right? I mean, like whatever. There's another way of saying that.
Exactly.
I can't. I'm not been the hardest worker, right? Like, I can't.
Yeah, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit.
Right.
Yeah. And so let's just admit that whatever good things come your way, whatever good things happen to you, it's like fucking total luck because you are, in fact, a piece of shit. See? You can't say that because that's not true.
Makes sense.
You do work hard. You do plan. You do think these things through. But
I'm also a piece of shit. I'm also a piece of shit.
You're not, is my point.
But see, this is what maybe you don't. Are you joking? Like, are you getting at the fact that you know that my brain tells me that all the time?
Yes. You're
like,
not.
That's your point. Like, yeah. No. but like,
Joshy Poo.
That's what's always like kind of running somewhere. It's not those words, but it is like, you don't deserve to be happy or to have what you know, and like you have these things and yet feel guilty that I'm unhappy, right?
Yeah.
And it's like you're depressed about being depressed. It's crazy, right? Like I for a lot of my life had a different idea of like what success was. But now I think at this stage, being happy is like the measure of success. I watch a cooking show. You ever see Patty's Mexican Table?
No.
She's a Mexican chef, and she lives in the States, but she's like beaming with positivity. And I'm not that person. I'm like kind of routinely negative, cynical, whatever, right?
Mhm.
And I watch her and I am like, I'm happy. Like, she makes me happy. And a lot of people that are like chronically upbeat like that piss me off. They aggravate me. I don't believe it. Like, a lot of people that are that positive upbeat, I find cloying and off-putting. But she's just great, right? And I think part of it is like the Hispanic. There's a lot in the Hispanic culture that seems to be like this positive, upbeat. I enjoy my life. I love life. I find pleasure in, the core things and my family. And like, and I'm like, God, I wish I could summon that, right? Like I have this thing where if I die, right, which I'll probably die before my wife does. Like if I could pick who she would be with next, I would want her to be with probably like a Hispanic, happy man. Well, it's like, cause she deserves that. And I'm like, but I've seen so many Hispanic peoples and families that like they get together, and I've dated a lot of Hispanic women, and the family get-togethers, like they love being with each other.
It's
There's just
all
like
about
so much of
barbecue,
it,
yo. It's all about the barbecue,
dude.
going out to the picnic thing with the food, and oh yeah.
Oh my God, I love it. But I'm telling you, like I've got something going on where like I sometimes think I'm a Hispanic man trapped in a white body. And it's
Or a
because I
woman.
want to be an optimist. What?
Or a Hispanic woman.
Okay. I
Okay.
don't feel like a Hispanic woman.
Okay. Trapped in a.
I don't know. I feel like a Hispanic person, maybe like the positivity of this band, but I also love spicy food, which is like, a lot of white people are like, they can't do it. They can't handle it. I also love like, I want to dance. Like when I listen to like Hispanic music, I want to dance, but my body won't do it. It's trapped. I'm trapped in a white man body.
Okay, wait. So don't. I got to ask you this before you go on. I'm sorry, Josh. I don't want to cut you off, but you're bringing this up. How white do you think you are? Scale of 1 to 10. What number do you put on your whiteness?
By whiteness?
Yes.
Is this like,
what do you think
how
you really
I
are?
self-identify?
Yeah.
Or how I think people watching me like walk down the street would be like, okay, that's a 10 out of 10 white man.
Okay, there's okay, both. You got to get this. I see what you're saying. In fairness, you got to say like, okay, I self-recognize as a whatever, but outside I can see how people see me as a whatever. Outside, what's that number?
Yeah, I think the outside's got to be like a 9 to 10.
Okay, and you
super white.
Self-identify.
I mean, on top of that, I've got like, it's getting darker, right? But it's like blonde hair, blue eyes. Like, what do I look like? I would look at the way I walk. I look like a weirdo white man. Look at me, catch me at a wedding. Like I can't dance. It's ridiculous.
This is that's why I had to stop you, because you said it and I didn't want to forget this moment. You self-identify though as what number?
There's more of like, this is a little more subtle. Like, I have things about me that I'm like, I want to put myself down on like a 3 or 4 on the white man scale.
Really?
But I know it's like aspirational. I'm not there. I'm probably more like a solid 7 or 8.
Yeah, okay.
But it's more like things
that
I wish were different. Like I wish that I could do the happy, right? I don't know many. I know so many fucking miserable white people, like waspy, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, fucking miserable, like just everybody, fuck everybody, right? And I have that, but it doesn't flow from my religion because I don't really I'm not a practitioner of any religion. So then, like, what else is it? Like, why am I so afraid to just be myself and let loose and like dance? Now, objectively, I know if I just let loose and did my dance, it would be a white man dance.
You go to 11 on the white scale.
I go to 11 on the white scale if I was just to let loose white and just free ball my dancing.
Okay.
Anybody looking at it would be like white man times 20. But I still have the drive. I feel the rhythm. I like my body can't. So I'm saying I'm trapped in a white body. Like I identify as a Hispanic man, but I can't get there because I'm trapped in this fucking body that won't do the rhythms and the moves right. Like
but that's
my
in your
dad
head.
for some reason. No, it's in my body. My dad is somewhere. My dad is way less white than me. Like he can dance. He goes out there and he does it. Like he looks like he can, and it's not, and like, I don't know what it is, man, but it sucks. But like, why? Tell me this. Why am I in love with Sinaloa and Banda? Do you know what that is?
Yes, I do.
Play a clip.
Banda music? Banda machos?
Fidel Rueda.
Okay.
He's my favorite. I love Fidel Rueda. Like, I listen to this music. It speaks to me. I don't know what the fuck they're saying, but it speaks to me. Like, I want to be that person. It means something to me. And I don't know what's going on. And it's like, it just tells me, I feel like I'm a different soul, like trapped in the wrong body, right?
But it's in your head. I don't know if you probably never watched the whole Love on the Spectrum show on Netflix, right? It follows.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a great show. It's a great show. And the latest season just came out, right? And it's, when you look at somebody like that, there's no filter. They have no filter, typically, right? They have no filter when it comes to anything. They say what they mean. They, whatever they feel and stuff. They dance. They're doing their thing. They don't got rhythm most of the time. I don't want to, generalize, but for the most part, a lot of times you can see them kind of like doing some things. They don't care what they look like, and they don't care if they're being judged. They don't care if anybody's watching.
But you're still talking about white people.
No.
On the
Well,
spectrum,
yeah. So okay, I got off track, but
you are.
I'm taught. So who cares if you get out there and you don't? There's a reason I asked you to get bass lessons, by the way. But okay, but if you're out there and you're dancing, okay, and you look like a fucking white goofball, who cares? What do you care? Who cares? Just fucking own it. When you own it, people are like, damn, that fucker's owning it. Like he's got something. He's doing his own thing, even though it seems a little, or unorthodox.
No, I mean, that's good, right? And this is part of why, like, for most of my life, if I wanted to go be at a wedding or do something, like, I'd have to be drunk, like pretty drunk.
Okay.
Because I can own it, but I got to let all that other stuff go. And I can't drop the shackles without alcohol.
Liquid courage.
And it's liquid courage. Liquid courage takes me there. I don't know. Next wedding I go to, I'm bringing a bottle of Harry Baggins and I'm just fucking
What number do you put on me? On for my whiteness, what number do you give me?
Your whiteness?
Uh-huh.
You're like overt, like from the outside whiteness?
Yeah. Scale of 1 to 10, what am I to you?
I don't know. I don't feel like I've ever seen you like dance. Like dancing is a big part of whiteness assessments.
Okay.
There's a rhythm, ritmo, man. You gotta have I gotta know what's going on there. And I don't know what you're like dancing. I feel like I saw a little bit. You were in Friends as an extra, so that immediately put you on like a good 9.5 on the,
But I was dancing my ass off.
Immediately. Yeah, but you were still, but it cancels out whatever your dancing abilities were.
No,
because
those
you were
don't cancel.
Trying to be an extra on Friends that makes you extraordinarily fucking white. Like extraordinarily white. You wanted to be on Friends and then you were on Friends as an extra. White times white is fucking super white.
Yeah,
that is like,
okay. White's
like that's like staring into the sun white.
So you're saying I rank higher than you on the white guy scale?
Only because if you hadn't been an extra on Friends, I think you'd be lower than me on the white scale. But you fucked up with the Friends appearance, and then all of whatever you were trying to do as like the day trading extra pursuing. I go to, Hollywood studios and I act like a an extra on shows and I'm on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like that made you super fucking white. Yeah. Super duper. Okay, but let's
If I was
pretend that you
never an
didn't do any of
extra,
that.
exactly.
Let's
what
pretend I
number?
didn't know that because I didn't know that until we did this show, right? I would have put you somewhere in like, I don't know, I'd put you at like a good, I'm going to give you like a 6.5 white.
Wow, that's generous.
You know?
Wow,
maybe,
thank you.
Maybe a 7.
Okay.
Maybe a 7.
I'll take it.
I think you got some soul. You know, there's the guitar playing.
Okay, because my wife is Persian, right? Persian, Iranian, whatever you want to say, or whatever. And it's like, I don't know how many times in the 18 years we've been together that it's always the trump card. And I don't mean to say Trump, but trump card. She uses it when we're in an argument or I'm trying to make a point about like a different culture or how people might eat certain things or how families get together in certain ways, whatever. And she'll go, because I'm not white. Right. And it's like a put down. It's like a little dig, right? Like, cause I'm a white guy. And so it's like, of course I don't understand, like big families that get together all the time and hang out, all the cousins all the time and eat the food.
I might have to give you more. I was giving you a little bit of a high score there for like connection to music, and I might probably have to revise my score because you have such a tendency to want to be like alone and like this weird germophobia. Like you don't see nearly as much OCD in non-white cultures that I'm aware of.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're right. I got to scale you back up. I got to reevaluate my score.
Yeah. So I'm talking meat and potatoes, right? Meat and potatoes comes up all the time. Where it's like, because I'm not fucking meat.
You only like meat and potatoes?
That's like a white, straight up white, America from the 50s. We ate meat and potatoes. You can't eat
spicy. What's your spice tolerance? Do you like spice?
I love spicy.
I love spice or just like, flavor profile, like...
No, as I've gotten older, I've learned to say, okay, I used to try to, I would eat as much as I possibly could tolerate going into my mouth, where I'm like tears coming out of my eyes, like, give me the salsa that's just like heat-wise.
You want the hot. Okay.
But then
that's putting your white score down a little bit.
But then you regret it.
Dropping the white
score. You regret it later on. You know what I'm saying? 12,
everybody,
16, 18, 20, however many hours later, tend to regret it sometimes.
But what do you mean in an argument? Like, what's the argument? I'm still trying to reevaluate your white score. What your whiteness scale? What an argument? That was an interesting thing. Like, no, but give me. I think there was like. If I
asked my wife, do you like meat and potatoes? It's not an argument, really. It's like, hey, honey, do you like meat and potatoes? She'd go, no, because I'm not white. You know what I mean? And it's like that little like, oh, I can't even come back. I can't even say anything to come back from that.
But I could make your wife. I could cook your wife some fucking lomo saltado. I mean, she's Persian. This is more of a Peruvian dish, right?
Peruvian dish.
But I mean, like, she would like that, and that's a meat and potatoes fundamentally. It's like French fries.
She's
and
thinking some steak with a potato,
you're talking
you know what I mean?
But you're
with
talking
a piece
like
of
bland,
bread. Yeah, like not like Peruvian meat and potatoes. Yeah, 50s.
Bland stuff, right?
Yeah. And it's like, I don't ever ask her, does she like meat and potatoes? This is just hypothetical. If I was to say that, she'd go, no, because I'm not white. There's a lot of other things that happens where she'll say it, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, you got me. There's nothing, I can't come back. I can't say anything. I'm like, yeah, this is true.
She's got you.
Yeah.
She's got you.
Sucks.
What do you think your wife would rate you on the white scale?
She'd be fair. She knows. You know what I mean? She knows I can dance. I got the moves. I like different types of, I'm not just meat and potatoes. I love Mexican. I love Italian.
Are you getting below 7?
Ooh. You know what?
You think you're cracking past 8? Or?
Oh, no. I think, what would she give me? She knows things about me. She knows some family members that are kind of more towards the 9-10 on that scale, right? So I think that would influence her. I think she'd go sub 7.
Sub 7? Like, I gave you 6.5.
Yeah, so. I think she'd be there with you. Josh, are you a good lover?
I mean, I'd like to think so.
Okay.
What do you want?
You want to give a why?
You want me to prove it or
no?
Like,
what makes you a good lover?
I think I'm a good lover because I think about how whatever's going on feels to the other person.
Ooh. Okay, a giver.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that seems to be something that is a key to like, right? I'm not doing something just for my physical pleasure, right? And I actually get a lot of pleasure out of knowing that my partner is experiencing pleasure. And it's not just an altruistic thing, like that's an ego thing too, because like I'm the one giving the pleasure, right? Like I don't want to see my partner getting pleasure from somebody else, right? They want them to get pleasure from me. But I still like, my goal is to give pleasure first, right?
Yeah.
And then like, kind of receive pleasure later, right? Like my thing is, feel like I haven't done my job unless I've got that reaction, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that would be a big part of what would make me, a good lover.
And
right. And then knowing my partner's body, like the one night stand thing, like never done it, no interest. Because how do you learn somebody? How do you know? Otherwise, you're just like
you're fumbling around trying to figure some shit out, and
how can it's never good, right? Even with not your wife specifically, my wife specifically, but first times with long-term couples, probably not the best time, right? Like it's as you get to know each other better and like spend more time learning each other that it gets great.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah. So like, I think that's now there's a lot of people that go out and think they're a good lover because they're racking up a high body count, as you are fond of saying.
No.
Or it's like, oh, I really, I did this the fastest, the hardest, the one, like bullshit, right? Like it's
hardest.
I don't know.
Okay. Fast
Some people.
And hard. Fastest and hardest.
Fastest and hardest.
Okay. Instead of softest and wettest or like, okay. So, and so you're
are you going to go out and say like
lovers?
I had sex with I had a one night stand. I was the softest and wettest I've ever been.
So would your lovers, Josh, agree with what you're saying?
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
I never want to find out. Do you ever actually want to get like a grade? I don't want to find out later. Like,
unless it's good.
People who have yeah, that's true. I guess I wouldn't want to risk finding out that it was shit grade. But I don't know. People that I've talked to, right, have told me, Now it's hard to be like, are they being, most of the time that feedback comes in the relationship. So are they going to be like, yeah, you could use some improvement? No, because it's like when I was in a band with you and you're like, yeah, you need bass lessons.
But wouldn't that make you a better lover?
Kind of fucking kills the mood.
If somebody said,
kind of kills the mood. Kind of kills the mood.
If somebody said,
when you said that to me,
you're okay, you're average, wouldn't that make you go, fuck, I got to work on this and like, then try to like, you know what I mean, go above and beyond next time? No, you would just shut down and just be like,
yeah,
really?
Probably. I mean, it's hard to say now. I've been married a long time. But when I was younger, if somebody told me that, I think it would clobber my ego. I don't think I'd be like, oh, cool. I'd be more like, fuck you then.
Oh, no.
So go be with somebody else.
No, I'm like, okay. And next time I'm like, I'm going to show you who's average. You know what I mean? No, I gotta,
whatever.
I'm winning that one.
I've never had that happen. So I guess I never had to worry about it.
Yeah. It's interesting though. So you are the giver and you have a guilt. And this is common for a lot of people who can't get massages, which you can't. A lot of people who can't or are unable to get massages or
read a scientific research paper recently, the link between not being able to give massages. Where are you getting your information here?
I've read some things. No, you've been studying me. People don't, it's the guilt part of it. They don't like, they have a problem receiving pleasure because they feel guilty that they're not giving and reciprocating. And so just to lay there and get pleasure, it's hard for them. Like you. So you don't
think
like
that's why I might not like massages.
Maybe. So if you could reciprocate, that'd be different in some way. And so it's distracting for me sometimes too, because I'm laying there and I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to completely shut down and remove everything from my mind and just enjoy this for what it is. She's got a job to do. She's getting paid to do this. But even when I do this and I'm laying there and I'm completely relaxed and I'm just enjoying it, sometimes I'm like, I bet her hands are starting to hurt. I don't know how she can keep this up. I don't know how she can. My hands would be fucking. I'd be getting cramps right now in here. You know what I mean? Like, and I start to do that, and I start to spin, and then I stop enjoying it because I'm like, wait, what the fuck am I doing? No. And then I try to rein myself back in, right? And like, I go through that too. So I'm not an asshole.
I had a massage, I don't know, a year ago maybe, after like basically being like, I'm done. I'm retired from massages.
Yeah.
I didn't have a massage for like, I don't know, must have been 10, 15 years or something. And then I went because I'm having some back issues and I was like, and I'm like, I'm stiff. Like I said, my body doesn't make knots, but I get stiff, you know? So I was like, maybe I should do this. My wife goes to this lady. It's true. So, and you know, I did the massage and it was like, oh, this was fine. You know, it was whatever. But it, you know, I wasn't like, I love this. But I did remember thinking like, how the hell does somebody do that? I can't even remember when I signed up for, if it was 30 minutes, 50 minutes, but I was like, how can you possibly do your hands, like the physical exhaustion? But I would probably be more like this thing that you're wanting to see. You were like, oh, how would I be on this side of things? See, I also have this thing that's like, how can I make this person know that they're doing a good job? That's like the giver part kicks in. It's like, how do I validate what they're doing right now? But like, and then I'm like, it's probably not a good idea because what am I going to do? And be like,
moan,
so
groan. Exactly. It's weird.
Oh, yeah. Like, am I going to do that in the chair? Because I thought maybe I should give a little.
They probably like that, some feedback.
And I was like, no,
Right.
because it's also, there's the other thing kicks in. It's like, I'm a man in a private room
with another
being
woman,
touched by a woman. I don't want to be a fucking weirdo.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
And I also, it would be performative because I'm not connected enough to my body to be like, it's so good when you touch it. I wouldn't actually do that, right? But if I was with like with my partner in a more sexual position, I might be like, oh, it's so good when you touch it.
Yeah, exactly. So in my massages,
but how do I
give
give the feedback to the massage therapist?
No, it's weird.
To validate her, I'm like, I'll give her a tip at the end.
Yeah, you will. So no, but like that's my wife. My wife can come and start like just barely even touch my shoulders, and I'm like, oh yeah, because I want to give her that like satisfaction of knowing like, oh, that fucking feels good.
But like,
it feels good.
But you actually feel good. You're not trying to. You're not just saying it because you want to.
No, but it feels legitimately feeling good. But but so
but
does
you're
a
comfortable
massage.
enough to actually express
exactly because I want her to know, hey, yeah, keep doing that because it feels really good, and I know you don't have to do it. Masseuse is getting paid to do it, so I don't have to go. Oh yeah, I don't have to because she's got an hour to do it no matter what, right?
Yeah.
So
it was like,
but with the partner, it's different.
Your hands are so meaty,
so strong and thick. Yeah. As I've gotten older, I can't. I can massage like for 5 minutes, like with my thumbs, and really get in there and rub, and I start getting cramps and shit. Yeah.
I'm retired. I retire after 5 minutes. My wife wanted a massage, like just a couple days ago. She was like, "Just give me a massage." I'm like,
"Ooh, what episode was that?" So she got that idea from our episode where we talked about massages.
Well, I mean, she's asked me for massages in the past, you know.
She got the idea
like,
from us.
My back hurts. My back hurts. Can you help? And I'm just like, I'm worried that the whole time I'm doing it, she's going to be like, the fuck is this guy doing? Why does he think that feels good? Because with other things, even though, you know, I don't have the female genitalia.
I'm with you.
I have a good sense of what would feel good.
Yeah.
You know? But with massages, I'm kind of at a loss. Because I'm like, am I doing this thing? How much with this? Is it like this? Oh, did I get too close to the fucking bones? Like, should I spread it out?
Yeah.
Should I put the palms
I know
in there?
exactly
Should
what
I do
to
that?
do.
Like, should I do... What do you do? Do you get in there with like that?
Don't
and then
pinch.
are you like,
don't pinch.
Should I put my face on it? Like my chin?
No, you shouldn't. And you
To
know you
shave
shouldn't.
first before I put the chin
Does
on?
anybody ever put their chin on you? Come on, that's the thing. You know what you
But
would
it's like an extra knuckle. You see those
elbow.
videos.
Okay,
Like, oh, get in there with the elbow. I'm sorry, elbow, knuckles. Should I put like the chin is like an extra elbow. So maybe I could be the world's greatest masseuse because I'd be in there like, you like that? Oh, okay. I got 2 fucking elbows on you. Okay, guess what? Daddy's got 3 elbows. And I get in there with the
God, with the hairy whisker chin that's poking him like a fucking.
Well, I think if that was my line of work, I think I'd get rid of this, because that's not going to feel, people don't have prickly elbows, right? But maybe I'm the world's greatest masseuse in disguise and I don't know, right? Because you never thought to put the chin in there. Think about it.
Joshua, if you knew you could do a bad act, like a sexual act, for a certain amount of money.
What's bad? What do you mean bad? What's a bad sexual act? What does that mean? I'm already confused. I'm already lost.
All right. So.
Oh, God. Where are we going? Are we going here?
If you knew you could suck a penis for $1,000, right? You would probably say, no, that's not enough money, right? And so obviously you can do.
The penis is attached to a living human being.
Yes, and so there's a male. He could be
not just a disembodied penis.
He could be Cristiano Ronaldo or something. A beautiful man with a penis.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, we'll pop it up. A beautiful man, good-looking man with a penis attached. Okay, and you could.
Is the penis beautiful?
Yeah, it's a nice, clean. Everything's on above board. You can perform a sexual act, and fellatio, if you will, the scientific, whatever.
Sure.
And if someone says, "Oh, but you can get paid $1,000 to do it," $1,000 isn't enough. You'd probably say, "No, that's not enough money." Now you can play that stupid game where it's like, well, what if somebody offered you 100,000, right? And you're like, oh, it's still probably not enough. Okay, somebody offered you $1 million, right? And it's like, okay, and then you start to consider like, damn,
sold.
Yeah, $1 million. You start thinking, I can do some damage with $1 million. I can take care of my family for a long time.
It's a secret, you said, right?
Yeah, it's a secret. We can get into that too, because you could say, well, no, because you got to do it live on national television with a fucking bow tie. And your butt naked.
Nobody's going to want. You can't air that. I don't understand your scenario. You can't air that on national television.
OnlyFans. How about that? It's going to be
maybe in France.
It's going to be put on
France certain nights of the week after like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got a bow tie and you're butt naked, and you have to get down and suck a pee-pee, and you get $1 million, and everybody's going to see and know you did it. Would you do it
for $1 million?
$1 million. Like cash, like not even taxed, like
after taxes.
Yeah, just like under the table. Here's your $1 million.
Take home pay. $1 million for the public aspect of it? I don't think so. I don't think I would do it for $1 million.
Okay,
10 million maybe.
Okay, so there is a number out there that you could do it, right?
There's probably a number. Yeah, there's probably a number. I could probably get persuaded to.
So if it was $1,000, it's not enough, right?
Yeah.
But if someone said, no, you could get 1,000 every single time you sucked a pee-pee, would that make you
just wish they wouldn't say it that way.
Would you suck 10,000 pee-pees?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd be worried about like diseases and stuff.
No, take disease out of it. Yeah, it's all. It's
all pristine.
Yeah, there's a condom.
Okay. There's no communicable.
Whatever.
There's no venereal. Oh, I don't want to suck a dick over a condom. That's weird to me.
That is weird. But okay,
if I'm going to do it, I want to get in there.
Okay, because you're a pleaser. You're a pleaser.
I just want to know in this Yeah, right. So in this imaginary scenario, it's got to be bareback, but I also need to know that this all testing has been done, like it's a safe scenario, right?
Yeah, but it's more like
Okay.
it's more like you're like
because they screen those
you
people.
got no
Those people
money,
get screened,
and you're like, oh
money.
shit, man, I need $1,000. Oh, I know where I get $1,000.
Well, if I had no money,
I know where I can get
$1,000
$1,000
is a different.
Go do
but
that.
this is a totally different scenario now.
But you're
like,
not on TV.
Talking about where I'm at now. No. But like, I have some money in the bank. $1,000 isn't enough. But if I was a no money person, $1,000 sounds like a pretty fucking good deal, right?
And
like,
if you knew you could just do 10
story.
really quick, and you'd have 10,000. You know what I mean? That could get you over the hump somewhere.
Disease
right?
free, whatever.
Yeah.
How long do you have to spend in the foxhole?
Well, however long it takes, buddy. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, are you saying you got to take a full
to completion? Yeah, of course. Who gives a
and you got to complete in the mouth?
No, not that. No, that's I couldn't do that. One, I would just vomit all over the place, and I would think, oh my god, there's no way I could do this. But no, not that. More just the act, and then it's over, and then okay, and you walk away. Now you got $1,000 in your pocket. Would you just line them up at that point? Just an endless coming down the street, down the sidewalk, up this driveway, into the door.
No, I think I'd probably pace myself and do it when I needed it.
When you need some cash.
I don't think I would. I don't think I would be like as an investment opportunity.
Really? Okay. So
I don't think so. I feel like this is more like in this other model where I have no money, this is more like a survival. It's like a survival strategy, right?
You got to feed your family.
Like, what's the idea?
Yeah, your family's, they're hungry and they're cold.
Okay.
They're out on the corner with a hat.
I don't need to feed them $10,000 for fucking dinner.
Okay,
would be okay for a while, and $1,000 a pop.
Okay, so you would just do it in dip,
and then maybe the next time, because in the meantime, I'm probably looking for a job, and I'm like, maybe I don't have to, do this dark mirror version of life.
Okay.
All right, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
If you could, would you have sex with yourself?
Like a clone?
Yeah, let's say that you could somehow copy yourself.
No.
Would you have sex? Okay, no, but now think about it this way. What if you could copy yourself? So there's another version, there's you out there, but then you could somehow be a female, and you could deploy the copy of yourself to have sex with you.
So it's me with a vagina and some boobies.
I mean, I don't think it looks like you. Like, you could be whatever female, but it's you. It's like your spirit. Like, you have a dream and you're not you, or it's like, oh, I was with somebody, but it wasn't them, but I knew it was them.
I'd bang me as a female.
Right?
Sure.
Like,
I
bang you as a female, right?
I would know what I like.
See what it was like?
And what I would
Or is it because you think you're such a good lover, or like you're just like,
all the above.
You're so confident in your ability?
I wouldn't
or
be
you
like,
think you'd just be like,
well,
it'd be more like to just experience what it's like to be female.
It'd be a morbid curiosity, I guess, fulfilled there. I mean, would you?
So you would have sex with you would have sex with yourself,
but not as a male. Like as a male, what am I doing? Am I driving? Am I catching? Am I pitching? Am I bottom? Am I top?
You're probably giving it all a shot because this is a rare opportunity. Also, the cloning disappears after like an hour.
And turns into some guy that my clone took over.
They just evaporate. They're just gone.
Oh,
right. Like, it's just a temporary copying of yourself, and it only lasts.
No.
It's like a Star Trek episode.
No.
That's fine. You don't have to do any of that. But again, in this other modified scenario, I don't think I would. I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not interested in effing myself that way. Or being effed by myself that way. I don't know.
But if you were a female,
be effed by myself. Would I rather be effed by myself? Because I don't know what that feels like.
I don't know, man. This is tough.
Like, I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to F somebody, but I don't know what it feels like to be effed. So, like, would I use the opportunity? Because it's just me and my clone. Nobody's going to know, right? So Am I just like, hey man, I don't know, you want to give a shot?
Go for it. Spit on it first. I mean, that's all I ask. I mean,
well, no, let's just assume that we're doing what we can to make it as comfortable as possible.
Is it a tender moment? Like there's music and some candles? No, it's just we're at the construction site and my clone is there and we're in the porta potty trying to like make it work and I'm trying to put my.
I don't want to be in a porta potty with anybody. Well, I'm just saying. Where did that come from?
Set the scene, like it makes a difference.
The scene is like, I don't know, you're in your bedroom. It's a Sunday morning, nobody's home, and it's like, oh, I pushed the 1 hour clone button.
Are the curtains blowing from the little breeze coming through the window?
Whatever makes you the most comfortable, yes. And I'm saying, and then all of a sudden when you hit the clone button, there's plenty of lube.
But how does it, what does that do for me if my clone is doing me from behind? How am I getting?
You just get to experience that. You don't know what that feels like to have a man, maybe.
Well, why not just have my wife put on a strap on?
He could, but it's cold, right? It's not warm. It doesn't feel, it's not the real deal.
Okay.
And room temperature.
That's what you're concerned about? You're concerned about the temperature of the apparatus?
Well, I probably wouldn't feel that. It wouldn't be the real thing. Like you got a chance.
It wouldn't be 98.6
I'm just saying,
degrees.
You can't duplicate, a strap-on, whatever it's a tool, it's an implement, but it's not like, oh, what would it be like to have sex with a man?
All right.
But the man is you.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to ever know because it's a secret safe with you. And it's like the real deal, and.
But you said it yourself,
and
though.
Like,
you said it yourself, like how you look at sex and how you look at how you're a good lover or whatever. It's not just the penetration. It's everything else. It's the, you're right. It's everything. It's the way you talk.
No, I think you're right. I think you're right. I wouldn't be that.
The way you.
But why does it change then? Doesn't it not change if you could, in this model, then now you clone yourself but then you become a female and you could experience what it's like to have that equipment, even though you're not.
And I'm the clone
feel
now.
The love and the. No, you're not the clone.
Oh, I just turned female.
But you have changed into a female,
and then myself does me,
and then you are gonna do you.
This is
it like that for some reason seems like I'd be more interested in that, but it's not because there's romance and love. It's because I want to see what it feels like to have that gear.
Yeah. Okay. I see where you're going. See the
right.
I'm not, but. Okay, I am curious to know what that gear feels like, but it's not like, oh, but I need me to do me. I would just use.
No, but that's okay. That's the you is so that it stays a secret. Like it's like nobody else is gonna know.
Why
right?
do I need anybody else? Why can't I just get you can get an eggplant. Yeah, you get a zucchini. You get a toy that's meant for this, Josh, and you experiment.
I don't think you're not putting yourself. You're still not putting yourself in those shoes of the partner. There's no way an eggplant feels like a warm, blood-filled penis. Like it doesn't.
It's the emoji. It's the emoji. I'm just saying it was not the actual eggplant.
But I'm saying like so if it was a prosthetic, if it was a dildo, it's not going to feel like a warm penis, of the real deal.
So you need to know what the penis feels like as opposed to what your vag feels like. What the penis. With the fake penis in it. You're saying you want to know what a penis feels like.
What does the real thing, how could I really know what it's like to be a woman?
You could take it.
A heterosexual woman who wants to be penetrated by a penis.
So you want to know what it's like to have a vagina, but then you also want to know what it's like to have a penis.
Not just a vagina.
In your vagina.
Like a vulva. I want to know what it's like to have the orgasms that you can have as a female. And I know that I can give multiple types of orgasms. So I'm going to choose me as my partner. And so then I can be I can experience what it's like.
I see what you're saying.
Like, what are all these different things that happen, and it's not just a vagina. The vagina is just the hole, right? Like, I want to know the clitoris, like everything. I want to know, like, how does it all feel? How does it work together? Like, what's the difference? Or there's also like anal orgasms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe I want to see what that's like, right?
We are NC-17 at this point. Okay, let's go on. Let's go
It's just
on.
hypothetical. It's just a hypothetical.
No, yeah. I'm saying our rating for this episode is.
I mean, I think this was like kind of your idea. You started with something, some version.
I was saying love making. You know what I mean? Not.
Well, we cover a lot of ground in this show.
And, yeah, we do actually. And this is, you know what, we're doing the Lord's work.
Good. Absolutely. You can take it all directions here, right?
We've gone full circle. I think it's a good time I think the music's playing.
I don't even know what happened today. I wish we could somehow air what happened without airing what happened. I think that's good enough for today.
Sorry, Mom. My brother. So my mom stopped watching. She can't do it anymore. But my brother tells her. Well,
at least did she tell you? How do you know? How did you
I
know
talked
she
to my
doesn't
mom.
watch?
I talked to my mom tonight on the phone before we got on here.
I stopped watching at episode 3.
I haven't really been watching anymore, but Frank told me that Josh quit his job, and I'm like, okay, because you're not watching anymore, but he is watching, and he's giving you the play-by-play.
It really makes me wonder about airing pretty much any of this program. Would you clone yourself and have sex?
I don't know, man. That's mind blowing, though. Honestly, that's a mind blowing one.
Okay, well, we should say bye then.
All right. Well, it's been fun as always. Great as always.
Yeah, always good to talk to you. Sorry it went long. You're gonna have a lot of extra editing work, but I love you for it.
Love you.
All right, man.
All right, buddy.
Have a good one.
You too.
Talk to you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
50 is the new